the past, and we said our goodbyes. I guess we had some good times. And just like that, the summer garden is at its end, and we are now rolling into fall. So we're going to walk to the back because this is the first sign of our fall harvest. And yes, it's August the 25th. Y'all, it's Monday, August the 25th. Before we get into the garden update, because there's quite a bit to show you guys, I can proudly say that Miss Lippy's Bayou Blends is fully in stock. It took me all weekend, so I apologize that no video posted on Monday. But today is Monday evening, August 25th. But before we do a walkthrough, I gotta show y'all this. Now, we're gonna cut it together, and at the end of this walkthrough, we're gonna sample this Sundance cucumber. Look at this. Y'all, I'm like stupid excited. Now, it looks like it's ready. I really don't know how long they're supposed to get, but we gonna pick it. We have one here. We have one here. I think I counted 6 cucumbers, guys. I left this bell pepper plant because y'all know we wasn't getting bell peppers, but there's 2 here. And can y'all see? Oops, sorry, there's 2 more. So I've got 4 bell peppers I'm letting grow. And here's one in the front. Wait. Here's another one. So how many do I have? 4, 5. I've got 6, y'all. So I'm leaving this bell pepper plant. Heatless habanero. We left it because, as you can see, it is loaded. So we're going to start on the very back row and go through, and you're going to see a lot of plants that has been pulled. But I'm going to show y'all this. This was, and we believe it's one of those little patio tomatoes that, I mean, it was prolific, but remember the white flies? We think that's what it is. Buddy found this in the dirt side of the driveway. So he pulled it up, put it in this bucket, see what happens. And I bet you when I was seed starting in the garage, obviously a seed got washed. But the transplant went well. Didn't you do this yesterday, Bud?
Yeah.
Yeah, the transplant went well. So we shall see. No, it didn't even go in shock. Okay, here is our cucumber. This is the Sundance. Remember, we had to seed start it over. But I've got 2 small ones. Here's one, and oh, the sun's gonna blind us, guys. There's another one up here. Oh boy. Yeah, the sun's blinding me. I counted 2. It's probably staring me in my face. You know how cucumbers are. Here's that green bean. Remember, we're testing theory. But I did feed. And I'm going to show you guys what I fed with. There's our bell pepper. Here is the first Sundance. Oh, there's a cucumber. There's 1. Remember, we counted 2, 3. There's 3 more on the other side. I counted 6 on this plant. I did seed start a contender green bean right here. I pulled that one that got chewed on. I planted it a few days ago. But since I put the Captain Jacks, I've had no issues. I pulled this one, put another pea in its hole. So I'm actually going to have 5 because I want to see how they do if 5 is too much for these large mineral tubs. These 3 are doing good. I'm noticing I'm already getting blooms. So now that I'm seeing blooms, I won't come back with Captain Jacks, but until it rains, I'm not worried about anything nibbling on the leaves. I did put 2 seeds here. There again, I'll end up with 5 if those 2 germinate. I put a squash plant here, or either it's a zucchini. I didn't label them, guys, because remember, we had 2 of each. So I just scattered them amongst the garden. Here's the other green beans. So let's hope we get a bumper crop like we did last year. So you see why I started on the backside, because that's where we've got a lot of things planted. Because remember, I'm paying attention for my brassicas. We'll go in there and see those. They're doing great. And I've got to show you what I fed with. Some of you may be familiar with it. It was new to me a year ago, and I really like it. And it's affordable, because that one small bag for 12 bucks, it makes lots of gallons. So I'm very pleased with how it did through the summer. I'm still using my garden tone though, but I have been feeding with this this new stuff. I think it's Fertilization. We'll look at it together. Okay, we're gonna go down the back side. That is definitely a zucchini, I can tell by the pointed leaves. So that other one is definitely a squash. So the zucchini's coming along. We have a Celebration, that's a determinate tomato. I had 4 left to plant. I went ahead and put them in the buckets. Here's an Ace 55. They're small because we just planted those, but I'll show you the ones we did about 2-3 weeks ago. And here's another Ace 55. I cleaned all the snacking peppers. Matter of fact, while we walk around to the other side, I'm going to insert the last harvest of this row. That was a lot of peppers, guys. It was a little over a gallon of peppers. Here is the hillbilly tomato plants. It's an indeterminate, and look how they are thriving. But I am heavy feeding, guys. I'm not burning, but I'm heavy feeding because I really want to get some tomatoes before fall hits, and something tells me we might actually have a fall here in Louisiana. Here's the other hillbilly. And am I seeing, no, that's not a bloom. That's some straw. I ran out of straw, guys, right here. So I'm gonna have to get some straw in a couple of weeks. Here's our mint that we transplanted. It's all taken very good, so I'm confident that it's all gonna survive. Here's the other hillbilly. Nope, I'm lying. That's an Ace 55. I've got to get it tied up, guys, look. That must have been the first batch that I planted a week ago. We're gonna come to this hoop house. And this is a Celebration. Another Celebration. And you see, I skipped buckets. Here's a Celebration. And I don't know that I'm gonna get all of them, you know, to produce fruit. But I started them all and I said I'm gonna plant them all. This is an Ace 55. I put an Ace 55 here and an Ace 55 there. We can go down this way. This is the mom that I trimmed. Remember the big yellow mom? And I trim about 4 inches. I leave 4 inches of stalk. Can you see? It's already coming back. So within a month, you'll never see the stems. Can you see right here? You have to be mindful when you trim them. You want to trim right above a node. You don't want to cut a node off and not have any. So I always try to find the node and I go right above it. Here's the purple mom. I'm starting to see signs that it's going to start blooming. And I think it's going to be gorgeous. I hope that it holds off another month. But I'm seeing small little signs that it's getting ready to bloom. I took a lot of plants out. I moved the fern. Now this is, I don't know what kind of fern. This is not like your Boston fern that you would put on the porch. This was actually at Deep South Homestead growing, and I got some cut off pieces that was half dead. And if y'all remember last year, I said we have nothing to lose. But let's go ahead and break it apart and see what happens. And it has flourished. I did trim the lantanas down here in the back. And we're going to talk about Clyde. As in Clyde the rooster. Yesterday I was out here singing to the music, and I said, you know, I need to put Clyde up for the winter. And I thought, well, no, he's fine. I got his toes jammed in a flower pot that I'm just going to leave right here for the winter. So I said, let me shove him back. And about that time, everything happened really fast. I see something fall from his belly. At the same time, I hear and see a swarm of wasps. I took off like you ain't never seen somebody run, hollering for Buddy. Y'all, I don't know. Let me see if that nest is still here. Now that nest has shriveled up, but Buddy doused it in that wasp spray that shoots like 20 feet. But that sucker is huge. So he grabbed the can. I was way out the way. And he doused it, got it out, doused it again. And they were just swarming. And I see them here and there wanting to come and look for their nest. But y'all, do you know how lucky I've been? Because I got my hands and stuff. Remember, Buddy just did those clippings of geraniums, 2 weeks ago? Or was that last week? I don't know. I've slept since then. He was all monkeying around there. We are so lucky. That was huge. And yes, I'm sorry that I stopped. I'm a little on the edge. I'm just saying I'm a little on the edge. All right, we're going to go down to the shady spot. Remember, we planted tomatoes and squash back here. I'm trying to be mindful to save certain areas for my brassicas. Okay, we're on the back side. Look at that. There's a squash. Now this is a hillbilly tomato because it doesn't have a label in it. Look at that one. Everything seems extremely happy back here. Uh-oh. Y'all remember I got lazy? That's a zucchini. I actually don't need to tag those because we're going to know a zucchini from a yellow squash. But this one is pretty much in the shade. And this one is the largest one of the hillbillies. So there's something to be said, guys. Now, we're going to go to the building so I can show you what I've been feeding and why. Okay, I lied. I said $12.99. It was $13.99. But I was right. It is Fertilome or Fertilume, depending on where you're standing in your zip code. Now, y'all look at that number, 958.8. I'm trying to push bloom, especially on our green beans. They don't like nitrogen. I'm trying to push bloom for our tomatoes as well as our squash. So I have been feeding them 1 scoop. I do 1.5 gallons of water. So you see, and this bag is actually really full. Now, hang on, I got to get this back in the bag. So I'm liking this. This is really pushing that phosphorus. And I am seeing, obviously, good results. Because remember, in the fall, in the South, usually, you know, we have no fall like a lot of people. So we can carry gardening all the way to about the middle of November. Well, I started, about 3 weeks behind? So I'm pushing. I'm pushing them hard. Because the trees are changing, and yes, we are in a drought, so that plays a part with some of the leaves falling. But guys, what I'm seeing fall is a lot of acorns. Down here, you don't see acorns falling. Now, there again, it could be because it's dry, but no. Normally, when acorns drop in this magnitude, it's an indication, not that we'll get an early frost, but we're going to dip down into fall temps. Well, for us, like fall temps would be low 70s for our high, mid 70s. That would be a fall for us. So, you know, when I saw that, I said, I need to push. Now we're going to go in and look at the brassicas. I actually put the fertilizer out. I remembered, so I can show you how I actually feed the brassicas. Okay, here we go. They got a great stance. They're looking good. Remember, I had to reseed, so I do have them coming back. They're germinating. And I'm probably going to start some more tomorrow. But really, I need to save space for my greens and radishes. But these are broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage. And that is what I feed them. What I do is I actually fill this up with water. I bring it up about halfway of this tray. I mix this according to the directions to a gallon of water, and I divide it between this one and this one. So I've got about 2 inches of water. And I let them wick for 15 minutes. I don't water the top. I let them wick. Then I pull those out and I use the residual, which is pretty much the same amount, of that fish emulsion. And then I just let Buddy use it, and he goes and puts it on his flowers or somewhere, because I don't want them to sit over 15 minutes. So that was yesterday. They are still damp, but not overly damp. But that allows them to wick up some fertilizer from the bottom. And like I said, then you could call it dumping. We just dump it into flowers. And that's how I'm feeding them. I will do this every week till I get them in the ground. And that's on a Sunday, because I did it yesterday. I let them wick. And then if they seem to be dry on top, I'll just lightly mist. Because the worst thing you can do is oversaturate them. But that's what I'm feeding my brassicas. Aren't y'all proud that I remembered all that? I remembered to leave it out. I forgot about the Fertaloom, Lippy's blue bag. Oh, we're getting cutters. I don't know why I went there. We got to get cutters because we're fixing to... Are y'all dizzy yet? Sorry. We fixing to get that cucumber. We gotta sample it, guys. And I'm sweating like a seal. It's 98 degrees. I don't know what the heat index is, but it's hot. All right, we're gonna cut our cucumber, and we're taking it in the kitchen. Buddy called me over here. I don't know why he called me over here, but he told me to come over here.
One little 1 gallon pot, and in 1 year, now we got 5 pineapples go.
That's right. You started with one little plant.
I started with one this size right here.
Yep.
And now we got 5. Now, I ain't never grew pineapples before to this, so we 1 year in, but they say 3 years.
But you know what I say? If it never makes,
you know what?
Is that not the prettiest plant you ever did see?
It's growing. You know, you can put that in your landscape.
Yes.
Keep it where it ain't too watered. That's what they say too. That's hard for me too, because I love the water. And
that would be pretty on our patio.
But only thing is they will poke fire out of you.
Oh, never mind. I don't want them on the patio. Which one?
That right there is the mama plant. See how she wore out?
Oh, this is the mama?
Yeah, mama's always wore out.
Yeah, I'm wore out.
All the little pups. Well, the mama is wore out. I just got all them pups off of her, so.
Oh, has there been any change with your starts that you shared with everybody? Are they growing or doing anything?
These are some vincas. I just started off some you had.
Yeah, he started
That's
those.
3 different colors. Lavender, white, and then this is a mix.
Like a fuchsia?
Yeah, and all these are butterfly bush.
Y'all, remember he did that with y'all. Oh my,
did any of y'all start geraniums? That's our geraniums.
Yeah, you did that. I don't remember. That wasn't was it last weekend?
I think it was on the last weekend.
So in a week's time, guys.
I mean, they're coming on. These are starting to stand back up. Some of these had no root on them.
Right.
So you see they turn a little pale. It'll
A
take
lot
a
of
little
you
bit
are
to pick
wanting
back
to
up.
purchase these online, and I would love to be able to make that happen, but I don't know how they do in shipping. Now, if we could take something small,
Yeah,
but you would
small.
have to have your dirt and everything ready.
Could wrap it.
We just don't know,
Moist,
guys.
Ziploc bag maybe, but it would have to be tiny ones like this.
Yes, it'd have to
Small, or just some like singles that had a root that maybe that
Okay.
long. We could put in Ziploc bags.
Let
Yep,
us
I'm gonna
test
figure it
them, but I
out,
know a lot of you want to purchase them, and we would love to oblige, but we don't know what the
I
step is
just
to
split
doing
off. I
it.
had 1 2-gallon of butterfly ginger, so I split off.
Okay,
That
this
made
is
13.
butterfly ginger.
Yep, that's butterfly ginger. I made
Okay.
out of 1 2-gallon pot. I got 13. That started as 1 rhizome. Now it's at 13.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Now we'll look at a 30-day old geranium.
Okay, this is 30-day geranium.
This is 30 days.
Okay, let me get out of the
That's
sun.
up into a half-gallon pot now.
Oh,
And
wow.
I'm not clipping no leaves now.
Okay, this is where you
This
don't
is where
clip
don't
leaves.
clip leaves.
Okay.
This is the same. This is dragon wing begonia. This is about 30 days on it.
Wow.
So they're going good. They're getting their wings back. This is,
What's that?
this is your roselle.
Oh, that's another
That's
roselle.
another roselle. I clipped this fist and bloom.
Oh, I got a story about
That's
the
about 30
roselles,
days.
guys. While I walk to the house with our cucumber, I will not be harvesting the roselles this year. Now, we do know where we're not going to plant them next year, and that's where I had the front two. We got the permanent space for them. And the reason why I want to get the seed is because us growing roselles would not have been possible without them being gifted. So in return, I really want to harvest them, but I would rather take the seeds and I want to share them with you guys. I want to pay it forward before we nourish our body. So when I can make that happen, I want to share if you're able to grow these roselles. But Buddy and I talked about it, and we wouldn't feel right using them for this year's supplement because they're very beneficial. We want to use this year's harvest to share with you guys. God, it feels funny walking with no cover, but it's safe. So I think that's October, November. We'll have to see. But yes, when I get the seeds done, then I want to share with any of you that's able to grow them. That is what friends do. There it is. I gotta clean it. So let me get it cleaned. I am so excited. I hope I didn't pluck it too soon. Y'all don't know nothing about a Sundance cucumber. We're gonna find out together. I'm not gonna lie. We about to sweat down, guys. Okay. I think, because I know Mr. Buddy doesn't like the skin. I mean, he'll eat some. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to zebra stripe it. And the reason why I want to do that is I don't mind the skin depending on the variety of the cucumber. I want to see the thickness of the skin, see if it lends a bitterness. So I'm only going to do half, and then we'll peel completely the other half. That lets me know, because I don't mind the skin, if I want to leave it on or take it off. Okay, so if I'm going to do half, let's see. We'll zebra stripe it. Let's see if I can get it. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm going to take all the skin off here. right, we're gonna look. I'm gonna cut it down the middle because I want to see. Okay, look, guys, hardly any seeds. I'm liking that. So I don't need to cut this down the middle. So I'm just gonna make rings. I shorted Mr. Buddy. Y'all see that? But he'll eat a little bit. Okay, I'm gonna take the one with the most skin. No salt, no nothing. We just plucked it. Here goes. Oh, I like the smell. No bitter. Mm-mm. I'm hooked. Burpee. Sundance. I think it's Sundance. Sun something. Mr. Eddie at Papa's place, remember? He says you can with them. Guys, I'm saying it right now on live YouTube video. I almost said TV. I do believe that crunch, it's sweet. This is the only one I'll grow. When you can get an eating cucumber and a canning cucumber combined, this is crazy. Now I am gonna steal one of Mr. Buddy's to see if there's a slight difference in taste, because remember I left the skin on that side. There's a difference. Not much. Sweeter. Although this is sweet too. This is sweeter. So there is a change in flavor, but of course, you know, I bit just the skin. But I'll eat it with the skin on. It's that good. I'm just gonna lightly coat, not much. You don't wanna overpower your cucumber. But that's also a glue for our pepper. A little bit more. Mr. Buddy likes that black pepper. A little bit of salt. We'll just use our knife to kind of toss it around. So I hope you guys enjoyed our little garden walkthrough, garden update, tasting this decadent cucumber. Thank you so much, Mr. Eddie. I should have listened to him at the beginning of the summer. But hey, better late than never, right? So next year, guys, I personally would suggest checking out the Burpee Sundance cucumbers. You cannot go wrong, guys. Oh, Mr. Buddy's gonna be so happy. But I got the hiccups now. Forgive me. But as always, stay safe, stay well, and God bless. And when I see you the next time, we're going to be cleaning the chicken coop. But many of you wanted to see me do it. Well, tomorrow morning, get ready. We clean the chicken coop.